Greetings everyone, Eric here, and welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm inking a Deadpool collaboration that I'm doing with a Tumblr friend of mine named Vaigh. I believe that's how it's pronounced. It's Vaigh, and because I'm so used to Japanese anime, AI always is I. So I'm saying it Vaigh. I hope it's correct. Anyway, I'm doing the pencils and, as you can see here, the ink work. I'm using a Tachikawa pen here, dip pen. The tip is a G pen. That's the tip that I'm actually using. I am so out of practice with this thing, so the line work actually is very poor compared to what I'm usually doing with my regular markers. So I do apologize for that. Vaigh will be doing color work on this piece because I am a terrible colorist. And I've seen his work. You can check him out on Tumblr. I will leave a link in the description. Please go check him out and follow him. He does amazing work. Warning though, some of his stuff is not safe for work, meaning it is adult themed. So if you are under 18, obviously you might not want to check it out. Or if you have parents around that you don't want to see that kind of stuff, again, it's up to you. I will leave a link in the description. So yeah, I'll be sending this over to him. The final, once I clean it up and get it like thick, a nice thick black. So yeah, I'm using my dip pen here. I haven't pulled this thing out in forever. I'm surprised the ink wasn't all dried up in that bottle. I'm not that good with this thing. I was gonna use a brush, but I didn't want to take the risk of having these because it was a lot thicker brush than this thing. That little scrap piece of white paper over there is just so I can kind of let out some of the ink and make sure the ink is flowing properly. And what I did here was I just tried to do it, and man, I'm just so out of practice. I just don't know. I don't remember how to use this thing, man. So a lot of it was just trying to figure it out again and just trying to get it to work. The line wasn't terrible line work, but another thing is the picture itself, the Deadpool pose, I was struggling with. The reason I didn't record myself drawing it was because I was having a lot of problems trying to figure out the composition that I wanted to go with, the pose, the angles, and I was trying to throw in a little bit of foreshortening with the foot that's up and the sword itself. I'm not sure how well I did. Also, quick warning, at the end of this video, it does cut off before I finish blotting all the blacks in. I use a brush to fill in all the blacks, and unfortunately the camera ran out of memory. I can only record for about 30 minutes with this camera, because I don't have a large SD card to fit 720p videos for longer than that. So yeah, I got to get a new one. But I got most of the line work done, and I started filling in the blacks, and you can kind of see where all the black areas are. Anyway, I kind of penciled them in a little bit with the blue pencil, and kind of filled them in just for my own sake. Other than that, like especially up there, I do fix the thumb there and on the hand with the gun. I just wanted to try and throw in a little. I just wanted to be different than what I usually do, which is just straight up standing up poses, or just like what I call convention sketches, which is just like a face. So I wanted to do something a little bit more here and try to do something a little more interesting. So I thought, why not have him jumping up in the air with a sword pointing at you and a gun in the air? Why not? Another thing I'm doing is, because I'm having so much trouble coming up with some ideas for drawing videos, one of the things I want to start doing is I really want to start doing pictures of people, like send a picture, like pictures of people's faces, and then kind of just do a quick sketch of their face in kind of my own style. So normally that would be kind of something I would do for commission work for $5, but as I want to do it for just video's sake, I'm thinking of doing just pencil work. Like if you want a piece done in only pencil, I will not ink it. I will only do it in blue pencil, and then in black pencil will be basically the ink, but it won't be fully polished and inked. If you really want me to do that, you guys can kind of send me some ideas. So if you want a few pictures, just send me a comment or an ask on Tumblr, and I'll see about doing it. Obviously, I'm still doing $5 commissions where I will do a fully inked picture of either you or an original character of yours. I'm still doing that, and I'll still continue to do those just because those are kind of fun. So if you want those, let me know. Also, you guys should go check out my Patreon page, please. I will leave a link in the description. There's also a picture or a link up in this in the video itself. You can see I have my Tumblr, my Facebook, which I don't really use, but you guys can go there if you want. And then I also have my Patreon. So yeah, check out Patreon and see if you guys want to support what I'm doing. Try and keep it so I can still do this. Starting to run out of supplies very badly, and I'm not really getting much money. That's about it, really. Just trying to do the inks here and trying to not screw up completely. But excuse me. Deadpool here is kind of one of my favorite comic book characters, so it was definitely fun being able to do this one. But again, I was having a lot of trouble with the ink here. I'm just using my hand to test how dry the ink is so that I can come in here with a marker and do the belt logo, which I was going to do that by hand, but then I was like, I don't want to screw it up, so might as well do it with a little bit of a little, one of those shape things, the circle rollers. And I kind of also used it to try and put an edge here. I started trying to do this with edging and just trying to do it with straight lines, but eventually I just say screw it and just do it on my hand and just do it by hand with the gun here. Usually you do stuff like that with a ruler just because you want it to look mechanical, and to make it look mechanical you can do a ruler which makes perfectly straight lines, but here I just said screw it. And this is the brush I'm using. It's just a really cheap, like $5 brush. Like, it was a pack of brushes, and here I'm just trying to get a tip on it to make it a little easier for thin spots. But like I said, the video will be cutting out soon, and that does suck. But yeah, again, just remind you guys that you'll find this picture when I'm done with it over on Tumblr. And when Vaigh's finished coloring it and doing all his magic to make it look a lot better, he'll probably post it on his, and then I'll share it on my Tumblr. So again, follow me on Tumblr. That's very important. Also, check out my Patreon page and, see if you want to help support me there. I'd really appreciate it. That's about it. If you guys have any suggestions for things you'd like to see, leave them in the comments section, and I will try to do them. And I will see you guys in the next video. This should be cutting out soon, so thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in another